Mule Fitness, TRX strength. It's a green routine, folks, so we're gonna go beyond the blue routine we learned with TRX, which was a lot of movement preparation, and we upregulated the fascial networks and stretched them and began to get them stronger. And so now in the green series and with the TRX, we're just gonna take it to the next level now. TRX is a suspension trainer. And it's just simple. It's nylon webbing with a couple handles that you attach it someplace. So that can be over a tree limb, outside, it can be on a hook. There's a door mount for, you can hook it to a door frame. So it's a simple piece of gear, doesn't cost all that much. And it's very versatile for strength, movement preparation, and you'll see even we have a routine in the orange section, which really gets to core. It's pretty advanced. So we have Miss Julie helping us out today, and without further ado, let's get going and learn some TRX strength. Posterior eye. So folks, let's go through the alphabet. Here's an I, here's a Y, and here's a T. All right, so we're going to be doing these patterns from the front and from the back. So the first one we're going to do is the posterior eye. Whee! Hi folks. That's an I. And what I like to do is on our straps, I'm going to go ahead and walk under it. So my shoulders are activated, I have a light stretch in that strap, and I'm just going to fall back through my shoulders. See me rocking my heels? And I'm going to pull straight back up. The other way you can do it, I can fall on back and I can break at the hips. And then I can pull all the way back up. So there's two variations for that. And Miss Julie has done TRX before. She hasn't done my routine, but she might have done some of these before. I don't know. But let's give this a shot.
Okay.
So the cue here is the hands go straight overhead. Now I want her to walk in and really activate these back muscles here as we have a little bit of tension on the straps. And then I'm just going to have her fall back through the shoulders. Keep her body as a plank. She's rocking on her heels, and she pulls back up. And it's really that simple. And it's really some nice posterior work here on these shoulders. Let's fall back again. Let's do this 4 times, Julie. And that's 2. Everything's good. 3. And 4. And in the book, you see where the hips break and hinge. So let's go ahead for that variation. So now she comes on back, and I like her just to hinge and have a nice V here, and then she pulls back and the hip bones go forward, and it looks like a lot of movement. It looks like it might be hard, but it's really not that hard.
Feels good.
Feels good, a lot of stretch. 2. And here's 3. And here's 4, and that's it, folks. That's the posterior eye. Squat to high Y. Well, now we're getting a little fancy here. So again, folks, we're going to get our straps. I walk in. So now I'm a little bit closer to the attachment point to the wall than the eye with my Y. And I'm going to fall back through my shoulders. It's a little scary at first, don't worry about it. You're not going to be going anywhere, you're fine. And then I'm just going to squat. And then I'm going to stand, and as I stand, boom, I pull myself on that high Y. So what I'm doing here, the squat facilitates and helps me go into my high Y, and it's terrific. I really like it. So it's more than just going back to in a Y position. Yeah. And you know, Rocky Balboa, you know, whatever. You do that. So Miss Julie's going to fall back. She's going to get in her Y position. We have a little tension in the straps. And she falls on back. And then she squats down. And then she's going to stand and goes to a high Y. Okay. And that's it. So let's do 8 of those, Julie. And that's 2. And 3. and 4. And again, I like having some surface where we have this nice grippy carpet here and with the soles of your shoes, so we're going to be pretty stable right there. And again, she's kind of rocking into the heels and onto her feet.
That's one.
And you should feel, yeah, pretty good, you know.
Yeah, it feels good.
Really good activation. So we're working the legs, the hips, the big joints, and we're getting warmed up here. And again, 8's our number, but if you want to do more, go ahead and do more because it's going to be cardio.
Right.
The more you hit.
Yep.
Posterior T. Hey, we're still working on the back, folks. We did an I, we did a Y, and now we're into a T. Let's see how we do this. So watch. As I go from my I, see where I'm standing? Now I go into my Y. See me walk forward, folks? Little baby steps. And now watch what happens when I go into my T. Oh my goodness, I'm walking it even more. So therefore, as I walk in, the load is going to increase. So if I might not have, we said again, I might not have enough strength if I just fall back from a T. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put a foot back about a half foot length behind my other foot. And then what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to fall back in my T, and then I can pull back into my T. And this foot cheated back allows me to use my leg to help my arms get me back up. Because the loads are so great here, most of you won't have enough reverse fly strength to get up. So we're going to cheat this foot back. So I'm going to cheat my foot back for the first 4, and then switch and cheat the other foot back for the other 4. Okay? So let's give that a shot.
Okay, so.
So she's going to go into her T. So walk on into your T.
Right here. Okay.
Now, we can have a little fun here. You want to have a little fun?
Oh boy.
Okay. So I'm just going to have her stay here and not put the foot back and falling back into a T. Wow, that's pretty far. And her angle, look, see her elbows are your neck, so she's trying to hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, now see, pull back into a T. Notice she pulled her arms in, broke the elbows, and then she went back.
Right.
And that is what everybody does because you don't have enough strength to do the fly, reverse fly,
right.
So you're doing a partial row and then you fly.
Right, right.
Ha!
Ha.
So, we need to put that foot back. Even for you athletes out there, most of you will need to do that. And again, the more we put the foot back, the more we're going to use it. So I'm going to have her cheat her foot a little bit. Yeah, right in there, maybe half a foot length. Let's try that, Julie. So fall on back. And we can control the fall a little more, not have it slam through gravity. And now pull back, and you're going to use that leg to help you out. And boom, she can do it.
Totally.
Just that little half foot offset is going to make all the difference in the world, folks. Smart. So let's do it again. We're going to fall back, and then we pull back. And now this posterior, all these great back muscles are really working now. And is this 4, Julie?
This is 4.
Okay, so we're going to switch feet now. So we're going to make everything even, one side of the body versus the other. Okay. I never like to bias anything all the time. Keep the body even, symmetrical as much as we can. And that's 1. And if this is too hard for you folks, what do? You put that foot back even more. Okay? That's what you do. 3, 4. We're going to keep Julie right here. And if you need to regress it, meaning make it easier, so go ahead and Julie, put that foot back even more. Now do it again.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's really leg dominant now.
Yeah.
It's really leg dominant, and you just get up very easily.
Well, you can feel it right here, though.
Right? Yeah, so you're really getting all that good stuff in the back.
Yeah, it feels good.
So we're standing up nice and tall like America's Next Top Model.
Right.
And here she is.
I don't have any money in.
Knuckle up row. These are my favorite rows. Again, if I do a pistol grip row, folks, it looks like this. But if I do a knuckle up row, look at my elbows wing out, and boom, that's a money shot right there, and that really gets the back a lot better. And since we're working on the back and the lats and whatever the heck those muscles are. So watch what I do here, folks. We learned in the blue routine to do our knuckle up row. And I like to start from a pistol grip. I kind of walk in my little baby steps, maybe a couple more than baby steps. And then I go on out. And then I have my knuckle up. And then I can row, right? I keep my wrist straight. And we learned this in the blue routine. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on walking in. And if we keep on walking in, there's some point where it just feels natural to go into a reverse tabletop. And my knees are bent. Look at my knees now. And this turns into more of a low row. But I've increased the load a little bit here. Remember, the closer we walk in here, it's going to get harder. And then if I want almost my full, not full body weight, but I can walk in even more, anchor my feet, and boom, I really have a massive, massive load from this massive gut of mine, but it makes it better for lifting weight. So, Julie can do whatever she wants here, but she's got to do it with knuckles up.
Right.
So start with pistol grip.
Right.
Go on in, Julie. Get a nice load for yourself. And we're not going to break the knees yet.
Oh, okay. Not gonna break.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, go ahead and just give me maybe, give me 4 rows. And that's 4, okay? Now go ahead, keep on walking in now. And notice that she can't stay on her heels anymore. So now her feet are flat, and they provide a friction resistance, and she's in a tabletop, and it's a nice kind of low row angle. I kind of like it.
Okay, ready?
So go ahead, give me 4. Harder, right?
Yeah.
So this is harder. More body weight. And if you're into geometry and trigonometry, you can calculate this. And
Ooh.
okay.
I just need to switch my grip real quick.
Okay.
Okay, come back.
Now, I'm going to have her go all the way in now. And the easier way is the pistol grip. So if you're going to go all the way in, put your feet against the wall, Julie. Now she's in a plank. So this is max load. It gets you get up. Get you get up. Oh my goodness. So I just want to demonstrate how hard that is. And so now we've taken this thing from a green routine, which is X% of our 1 rep max, and we pushed it into a purple routine, which is really nearing our 1 repetition max, or maybe we can only do 4 or 6 reps.
Wow.
So for you athletes out there, take it all the way in and see how many you can pop out. And when your range of motion starts to decrease, as we saw on Julie, it's too hard for you.
Yep.
Always try to do a full range of motion and find that angle that will facilitate your full range of motion. There we have it.
Yay.
One-legged squat, moving on to the legs. I have to admit, I don't love this routine.
Oh boy.
It's okay though. And it does provide strength, but we're going to be cautious when we go into it. So, what shall I do? Maybe I'll use this knee over here. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to lift the leg up. And I'm going to sit back into my one-legged squat. Okay? And I'm going to sit like on a high stool. Think about a high bar stool here. And then I'm going to take it lower. And then now I'm sitting like on a chair. Hopefully I'm getting down to near 90. As I do so, my glutes are really getting activated more. And then I can take it all the way down into a pistol squat. Maybe I'll come in a little more. And I'm going to take it down into a, and I think you Canadians call this shoot the duck in ice skating. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Right? So that's all the way down there low. And I've just shot the duck. Not sure what that means. But anyway, I've taken it down. A pistol squat, something. The one thing I've noticed with this is that your bone down here, tibia, And then we have this bone up here, our femur. Because of the forces, there is a shear force that goes on in the knee. Mm-hmm. So I don't like to overdo this. Make sure you have plenty of strength. If you do it, work into it slowly. And we just never want to hurt ourselves. So if I do this, I have that little bit of caveat, and let's give it a shot.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Okay.
Okay. I think my knees are in good shape.
All right. So I'm going to step up through here. And then, yeah. So I'm going to have Julie just kind of warm up first because we've done a lot of back stuff. We really haven't done any legs yet, so this is our first leg routine here. So she's going to go ahead, keep the foot out, and she's going to sit down for 4 times in like a high little bar stool here, not too deep. 2, 3. As she gets confidence now, see if we can begin to work it down, Julie, into a kind of a 90. See how her body twisted? So you have to, this hip is really doing a lot of cool work as it resists this load. Legs are heavy, folks, and that thing is really twisting the body around. So we see that. Okay?
Ooh.
Good for that?
Yeah.
You want to go a little lower? Want to try it?
I'll try.
Okay, she's going to try it. So now we're going to see if we can get the glute just below the knee. Okay. As we get deeper into that pistol squat and feel that. So this is this kind of shear, watch the shear force there, folks, and if it makes you have yellow, red lights go off in your head when you do that, then stop it at a more kind angle. That's a little higher. Don't go quite as deep. And then if you really want to get glute workout, that glute almost drops down to the floor. Boom, and very nice. So let's do the other side, Julie. Just keep you even. And it's shallow at first, just work into it, folks. Keep it here if that's all you got. That's her 4. Now she's going to work into it for the next 4. Trying to get down to a nice 90 here. And let's go 4 more now and see how deep we can get. So with strength, we mentioned it briefly earlier, but for strength workouts, we normally do 8 of everything, but 2 sets of 12 really gets that strength going. So if your athletes want to get that strength going, consider going from our just 8 rep routine to 2 sets of 12, okay? And here we go. So now she's going to go for some good strength for her last 4, which will be 12 total for this side. And they look terrific. Okay, stay right there, Julie. So when I first go down for that low pistol squat or shoot the duck, let's try putting that heel on the floor. Yeah, and go on down there. So the first time you go down, folks, you can kind of keep that heel down there and now come up.
Yeah.
And that'll stabilize the body and get that torque out of the body, so that hip has to do a little bit less work. So when you're exploring these deeper angles, I call that the kickstand. Yeah. So put the kickstand out, and that'll help for you get down there, and then you can pull that leg up, and then you've got to fight all the torque.
Yeah, it feels safer. That's good.
T and Y squats. Well, in the blue section, we were holding on, weren't we? And oh, that was so nice to have the straps help you back up. Now, they're not going to help you back up, folks, but we're going to activate the back. So how do I do that? I'm just going to hook the straps just with my thumb. That's it. Just the thumb. See that, folks? Just the thumb. So my thumbs can't really do much. And I'm going to have this thing into a nice high Y. And then as I do this, I'm just going to sit and do my squats. And it kind of makes my torso go more vertical. As I do that, and I activate the back, and then I can walk in to the T. This will probably be your more favorite way to do it. And again, I just put about 5 pounds of tension in these straps, and I'm just going to squat into my T. and my back is activated. And you're going to want to do this, and don't do that. Keep these things back there out of your peripheral vision. Miss Julie.
Ah, something new. Okay.
So again, she's just going to hook it with her thumbs, and she's going to put it up in a nice high Y, out of her peripheral vision here, and we have about 5 pounds of tension in the straps. She's going to keep that 5 pounds of tension, and we're going to see her back activate all through here, and she's just going to do her squats now. And I can see that her body is fairly vertical going down. Looks almost like a plie or sumo type squat as we have the body pulled vertical as we activate the back. So Julie, just walk in for us and have the arms go out to a T. Again, it's outside your peripheral vision here. And we just hold it with about 5 pounds of tension. And we're going to watch her. And now her body has that more characteristic, a little bit more forward lean there in this squat pattern. And you can feel your back activated?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the straps are not helping her get up. It's all like 100% legs have to work now, and glutes and your quads and your hamstrings, and that's it. So those are our squats with a Y and then a T. Anterior I. Well, folks, we did the I, we did the Y, we did the T. Guess from the back side, guess what we get to do in column 2? From the front side, here we go. Doo-doo-doo. So, what do I do here? How do I do this? I'm going to get into my push-up position. And again, the farther back you go, the harder it is with TRX. The farther out you go, the easier it is. Okay, folks? So you can dial that in any way you want. So if I go back here, and again, if you have the straps longer, it will get harder too.
Right.
So, all I'm going to do is I'm going to fly like Superman. And my arms kind of travel in about a 90-degree arc. And how do you know when you've gone out far enough? Trust me, you're going to stop breathing. Everything's going to lock up. Like all your abs and your chest are going to lock up out there. So all of a sudden I'm breathing, and all of a sudden, you gotta stop, I'm not breathing, and then I pull on back. Okay? So kind of a natural stop point you're gonna find.
I'm not gonna go that far, just because.
So what do we do? We can work into this stuff, right? So Julie can get on her tiptoes, stay on her tiptoes. And the straps just start right over her arms here. And then she's just gonna go on out, maybe right to there, that's good enough. And come on back. So it's not that hard, is it? It's easier than you think at these little kind angles out here. And now she's just going to work into it for 4. Not a bad way to do it, right? 3.
He's right about not being able to breathe out there.
And all of a sudden, boom, it kind of locks up, right? So it's like the diaphragm locks up out there. It's interesting. Not sure why or how, but it does. So now, Julie, we're just going to go out. And that was like, what, 5 or so? So, yeah, why don't we do a couple more?
Stand with flat.
Yeah, let's do 4 more for us here. And again, I like to get up on the tiptoes and stay on the tiptoes, so no flat feet. A lot of this, any type of push-up thing we do out here, no flat feet, folks, stay on the toes. And the toes will put the load in the hands, you'll find that. Tiptoe, it'll put the load in the hands. Boom, and you fly like Superman, Superwoman, in our eye.
Nice. I like that.
Anterior Y. Well, I guess Superman can kind of fly like that or that, or a woman, however they want. So let's go ahead and do that. So what do we do, folks? Walk back to your angle that you prefer. Farther back, the harder it is. I'm on my tiptoes. My heels are up. The straps are just over my shoulders. And then I'm going to go out into a Y pattern here.
X.
As opposed to an I. You'll find that the I is really much more stable.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when these arms go out to a Y, oh, those poor little guys are in free space, in three-dimensional space, and they've got to work harder. And you might see me shake a little bit there at the end of my range. And we like that. We want to find that point where we kind of shake at the end of our range. So a Y is a little less stable. The arms have to do more work. The shoulders have to do more work for stabilization of that joint. And we like that. Okay, so Julie is on her toes. Straps are right over her shoulders. And again, Julie, just go out, kind of work into it for me. That's good. Come on back and work out maybe just 1 inch deeper. And maybe 3/4 inch deeper. And now, by your fourth one, you should be finding your range. That's 4, and now she's going to do 4 more at her range, okay?
Ooh, wow, those are hard.
And that'll be our 8, and they're hard out there, right? And we see that little shaking going on out there. I kind of like that, so here it is again. I find that point where the shoulders have to stabilize, and the core, and the stomach, and the pecs, and all this good stuff is working on this whole anterior chain.
Yeah, pecs big time.
Yeah, pecs big time.
Yeah, that was good.
Anterior T. Well, folks, in our sequence, we did our I's, we did our Y's, we're flying, remember that? So in a T, and this is more like your classic pec fly, right? So what do? I'm going to put one foot about 1/2 of a foot length in front of the other. So if I don't know if I have the strength in my pecs yet, that foot being displaced towards camera by 1/2 foot is going to put little body load is going to help out. So that foot, my leg, my right leg here is helping out my pecs. But then if I've got that, and if that really is bad for you folks, put it way out there, okay? And then your leg is taking like 100% of the load, and it's just a nice stretch. But we want to work the pecs, especially in the green section here. So now, what I really want to do is kind of come up on both toes in my push-up position, and now I go out to my T. And if I want it harder, what do? Well, I just move back towards the wall, right? And that changes my body angle, more load. And if I want it even harder, I then lengthen the straps. Got it? Okay, so we're going to talk Miss Julie through all these progressions. And she's never done these exercises, at least with me. So she's going to start out with the straps right over her shoulders here.
Okay.
And she's going to put maybe her right foot way out there, Julie.
Okay.
Good. And then as you go into your T, you will find that your weight of your body is being borne by your leg.
Yeah.
And it's very light, right? So just go for a nice pec stretch for me. There, nice pec stretch. So this is only a stretch. And if you have one foot out, then put the other foot out, make it even across your body. Let's put the other foot out for that pec stretch. Here we go. There, just a nice pec stretch, okay? Now, we're gonna progress. So now she's just gonna put like a 1/2 foot length, one in front of the other. There you go. And her feet are on the ground still. And now she can do her pecs. So this leg is bearing a little bit of load, but the pecs are the majority of the load. And we can see them. They're working.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And maybe let's do 4, Julie, with this right leg out. You see how she kind of comes up on the ball of that foot, how it's helping out. And then we'll switch that. I just like keeping the body even, folks, best we can. Let's do that again. I know I feel very strong here on the fly. Yeah, okay. Now we're going to have her put her feet kind of together here, kind of a narrow stance, up on her toes. And that's the way we really want to start this. And then again, so right from the straps here, and I go all the way out to my nice fly. And she has a little bend in the elbow, and that's nice. And as she comes out, Come on back, Julie. Let's have the straps really in this kind of pistol grip, so when I come out, they stay in that pistol grip a bit more.
That's harder.
It's harder, yeah. So now we've really activated that system a little more, and we're going to see where this is important to have that little pistol grip in our fly.
Okay.
Now, go back against the wall for me, if you will.
Okay.
And here we go. See if it's harder.
Oh, yeah.
And there we have it. So this is what I'd like you to do, and when you do the next companion videos with just the exercise model, we're going to be hitting these harder levels. Looks good. Half push-up, half fly. Yoo-hoo! Well, we just did a fly, folks. And we're going to recall our push-ups, right? From our blue section. We remember our nice push-ups here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a push-up. But in my other hand, I'm coming out to a fly. And see this hand position? Remember we talked about how important that was? And then I'm going to go the other side now. So this is coming into a push-up. And this is going out to a fly. And I really like the two different actions on the pec muscle, which are actually tied together right at the sternum. And you have to kind of walk and chew gum at the same time here. So notice how I do that nice kind of 90-degree turn as I do my little flies.
I like it.
And again, if you need to regress that, you can put a foot in front there. But at this point, we're hoping you're strong enough to do this.
It's almost like a one-handed push-up kind of feel.
Yeah, it is. But the fly will help you get back too. And you'll notice the amount of pressure, one hand versus the other.
Right.
It has to stay even. If not, this will be seesawing, won't it, folks? So that's got to stay even. So, okay, give it a shot, Julie. Just see how it goes. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
it's different.
Yeah, so you got to control. Make sure that push-up is really controlled, because that's going to anchor the whole system.
Yeah.
And if you just want to do, you know, four to one side, let's do four to this side here, as you dial in that tension, one versus the other. So it's easier to do maybe 4 to one side, 4 to the other, something like that. Good. And she goes down, and that hand, if we turn that hand out just a little bit more, Julie, on that left side. There, kind of pick up that pec a little more.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're kind of fun. I don't know.
I mean, you can feel how it works both sides of your body differently.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. Because actually, if you think about it, folks, you know, this is our big chicken breast muscle, right? I mean, so these guys and that pec, no matter what we want to do with that pec, are we always pushing? No, we're actually using the pec muscle for a lot of throw patterns, and think of your tennis and whatever. So anyway, I like this. It kind of ramps it up on each side very differently.
That's
a good point.
Yeah.
Bulgarian split squat. Oh, I like these a lot. What is this thing? This is a light bulb changer.
Picker?
Yeah, it's a picker. It's a light bulb changer. It's a dowel, right? So a wooden dowel in a gym, but use anything you want, folks. This is, you know,
Broom.
it's a broom, it's something,
Okay.
but you need it for safety. So, you know, that's going to be important.
Okay.
So you'll see in the TRX world, a lot of times they'll single up these straps and do a bunch of stuff. What I like to do, and we're just going to lengthen them out just a little bit. And I just like to put both of these kind of stirrups together here. And then I kind of balance myself. And then I put my left leg in back. And I hook them right on my shoe. Don't try to do it from the front.
Yeah.
You'll get twisted up.
Yeah.
So now what do I want to do, folks? Well, I'm going to have my dowel to help me. And I'm going to hop out. And I can add that dowel on either side. Doesn't really matter. But now, this might be better because this is my open side, so this might be a little more stable. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into my nice single leg Bulgarian split squat, and the strap kind of pulls that back leg towards the wall. Oh, it just is a really neat feeling, and I think you can really kind of get down here and get as deep as you can and use all that strength. And then when you get a little frisky here, folks, you want to do it without any balance, but it's there if you need the balance, okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
So is this stretching the psoas or working that quad?
It is stretching the iliopsoas and your quad muscle, because your one quad muscle crosses the joint, right? Crosses the knee and the hip. That's your one quad muscle. So it's stretching that too, right?
Okay.
And so when I want to get rid of this thing, I'm just going to shake it like a duck shaking its tail feathers. And then I walk out of it very gracefully.
Okay. Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So just putting my left foot in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's on top of her foot there, and it should feel nice and comfortable. And I'm going to give her a little, and she's going to hop on out.
Does it matter if my knee stays over my ankle?
I'm not going to care about that. You just hop out. It'll take care of itself.
Right.
And why do I say that? Because the strap is pulling you back, and it's going to put the knee in a kind of a nice protected position. And it should feel good on most people's knees here, folks. Of course, if it doesn't, don't do any of these exercises if it doesn't.
Such a weird thing.
If it hurts you.
No, it doesn't. I kind of want another stick here.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be better because of that.
So why do I give you just the minimum? Well, for safety, it would be easier with 2 sticks, possibly.
Okay, now I got it.
Or as a trainer, you could just offer your arm, and the person can hold on to your forearm. So go ahead and just do that, Julie. Right?
Okay, I got it now.
So when you get the neural patterns down, and she's far enough away so her foot doesn't hit the wall, and see how that strap kind of pulls back, and see how it kind of feels really good to go deep on that. So the glutes can get deep. Look at that.
Right. And I also find focusing on a point on the floor out here helps my balance.
Yeah, and that's true with yoga, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Any balance activities focus on a very precise point, and now she's going to do it.
Woo.
Feel free to use that stick if you need it.
Wow, those are good.
Good, and that's it. That's all Bulgarians. So do you want to do the other one?
Yeah.
Just give you a little workout here.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to step to this side. And again, she's doing it from her back. Looks very elegant.
I'm going to grab you just to
That's all right.
over. Oh. Okay, give me the stick.
And then you can try the stick on either hand, doesn't matter. But again, maybe, for the first time clients, put something out that they can grab if they want to.
Oh, that feels so good. Wow.
Nice and deep. That leg's being drawn back, so you're getting that nice stretch deep in that right hip, in that right quad, and we're getting this good action here. And we see how low those glutes are going. And she's getting a nice kind of deep angle in here. So these are really, I like this. One of my favorite TRX leg exercises. Shake that tail feather duck.
Those are good.
Or else you'll be across the gym. But there it is, Bulgarians.
I like it.
Biceps and triceps. Yeah, this is strength. And we're working on building our strength. So again, 8's our number on a lot of these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Julie put her finger right underneath my elbow, the upper part of my elbow. Other side.
Oh.
Other side, right there.
Okay.
So my elbow stays fixed in space, folks. And then I just use my biceps to pull me up where the handles are by my temples.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that,
you're
going to be inclined to put your hand there again, Joey, to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pushing her hand out of the way.
Yeah.
No, I want to have just a feather touch on that cue. So that's a good way to cue your clients, and that way you're going to optimize your biceps.
Right, keep it where you need it. Right.
Let's give it a shot.
All right.
All right.
It seemed like you were pretty far out.
Yeah. So again, if you want more load, what do? You walk in.
I'm sorry, palms up? Or?
Yeah, it's going to be palms up because that's our little good biceps. And I'm just going to cue her. So this is a kind of a fixed point in three-dimensional space here. And see if you can pull those handles a little more to the biceps, really kind of,
Oh, down.
yeah, really go into the temples. So we can get a full, and see if we can go all the way out. So I really like these full range of motions. Strength through all the joint angle that we're been born with. Good, and those are biceps, right? Again, we can do 8. Again, if you're going for strength, we'll talk more about this in the red section, but you can consider 2 sets of 12, or even 3 sets of 12. But again, this whole setup here for the screen program is just about 8 reps to get to this whole page. All right, biceps. And we're gonna, let's cut it there, and then we'll do another video of our triceps.
Okay.
Triceps. Bicep, tricep. Here we go. So the same principle applies, and what I'm going to do is I'm on my tiptoes, and then Julie's going to put her finger under my elbow again, right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall down, again, handles by the temples, and then I push back. And again, I control it, I fall down. You're going to feel a pretty big stretch there, folks, a pretty big load. So if it's too much of a load, walk out, okay?
Right. Look at that working.
Yeah, and we're working that thing. And you're going to feel a real load as that tendon, you know, connects to that downside of that elbow.
Right, right.
All right, so let's give that a shot, Miss Julie.
All right. All right.
So she wants to work on her guns.
Start with the arm straight.
Yeah, basically. And then we're just going to go ahead. And your body just falls through space. So she just did a kind of shallow one there. That was good to test it out. Maybe have this, yeah, shoulders a little bit low. Yeah, just a little bit lower here. Okay.
Okay.
Right there.
Still up on toes.
Yep.
Oh man, that made it harder.
Made it harder, yeah.
You.
So she's almost by her temples, but not quite, but that's okay. She's working into it. And trust me, folks, you're going to feel a load right through there.
Sure.
So don't overdo it. Work into it and maybe just walk out a little bit, Julie, right there. Let's try it again. So again, kind of arms out here like this. Here we go. Now let's try that. So we just took a little bit of load off her. Maybe 2 more. And 1 more.
Woo, those are hard.
Yeah, harder than you think. So there you have it, folks. Those are triceps. Tree huggers. Well, so what's stronger, folks? If you MMA people, if you are grapplers and you pull somebody in like this, that's a pretty strong move, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can like grab somebody and just throw them to the ground or wrestle them. Let's compare that to this move. Is that as strong? No, no, no. Humans are designed to do this sort of stuff. So I like tree huggers because it really gets in that internal rotation on that bicep, and we're kind of working everything together now. So we did the biceps before, but now let's use them for something, okay? So a tree hugger is pretty much a row, but I'm going to use my knuckles right there, and I'm going to finish off like punching my front side of my shoulder, deltoid right here, right? And then I opposite. And one is under, one is over. So you can see where it's a really kind of nice, strong motion. And let's just do it. So it is in row. And then I'm going to... So it's kind of like a really kind of cool row, but I'm activating my biceps with my row muscles. So that's why I really like it. And we can load up, and we can get tougher, and we can really hit it, right?
Wow.
So, just get the coordination first. Keep the load a little lighter. Let's see what we got.
Wow.
So it is a row. Remember, as a row, as you step in, it's going to get harder. So then, yeah, invariably you're going to knock them together. But we're just kind of, good. Just kind of real slow, Julie, at the beginning. And really feel like you're hugging that tree. And definitely with the top hand, these knuckles touch the front part of your shoulder. And on that bottom hand, it's that same kind of motion, even though you're probably not touching anything down there as the ribs fall away from you.
Harder. Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, so now it's a good load. It's a good row. And remember, the bicep is a synergist. It helps out the lat muscle, right? So if we do this, we're working our prime mover and our synergist of that prime mover at the same time.
Well, you can totally feel that too.
And tree huggers, good way to get pumped.
Totally.
Cowboys, howdy y'all. Here we go. So again, TRX will have you do loop-de-loops to single it up. I just like grabbing the two stirrups. These are the handles, these are the stirrups. Just grab them together, it's good enough. So what I'm gonna do, folks, is a cowboy is kind of like a one-arm row with a little torso rotation in there. It's gonna look like this. So I'm just gonna come on down, open up towards camera, and with a one-arm row, I then turn my torso and I'm facing in that direction, and my arm sweeps through the arc, a very precise start point, a very precise end point, and when I end up, it's about right here on the outside of the pec.
Yeah, the other
okay? So let me try the other side. I'll show you from this angle. So I go on down, and you say, gee, can I do a one-arm row with my body weight? But trust me, your legs are helping out.
Yeah.
So it is hard. It's not that hard. But the legs are kind of helping out as we come on up.
Okay.
We're going to watch Miss Julie do this. And let's open up towards camera again, Julie. Yep, first. There she goes. And her body comes around. And again, that hold hand goes right inside the outside of the pec there. So it's that same action as we did before with our tree huggers. So it's like a one-arm tree hugger with this torso rotation. Right. And as we do the other side now, you just kind of watch the arc of her body. So it's kind of a just really nice motion through space here. And our obliques are getting kicked in a little bit. Yep. Not a lot, but some. Why not?
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, and that's it. Cowboys.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Forward to reverse pendulum lunges. Now, in the very first thing we did with TRX was a reverse lunge. So we know how to do that, folks, from way back when in the blue section. And when I do that, this is our reverse lunge, right? And then I'm going to do a forward lunge. And then I want to make sure that I keep my torso vertical away from the wall. I do not want to charge forward, folks. I don't want to charge that forward knee. You're a bad dog if you do that, because you're going to overcharge that knee, and we want to protect that knee. So what I do, and how do I do that? I put light pressure after I hold it in pistol grip here for my reverse, and I step forward. I push down on the straps, about 5 or 10 pounds of force, and then I just drop the back knee straight down as I do my forward lunge. And then I just pendulum back and forth. Okay? So I'll do the other side. Again, we do the reverse lunge, and then the forward lunge. It's almost like this is a North Pole magnet. I'm a North Pole magnet, and they want to repel each other, push each other apart. So we don't want to charge into it. We want to stay away from and parallel to the wall. I hope I've beaten that to death. Let's try it.
I don't understand it. What?
Because everyone wants to charge forward on those, and I don't like that. So, and I kind of double count this. Let's just kind of get through the pattern, Julie. Reverse lunge. She steps forward, a little light pressure, and she's staying vertical here, and push all the way back. And all the way forward. And all the way back.
Keep my balance.
3, 3, 4, 4, like they're being pushed away. 5, 5, 6, 6. What leg is working, folks? What leg is working, Julie?
Left!
Left!
Like a
Left! It's burning! This left leg, the standing leg, folks, is burning!
Okay, that's...
Is that 8-8? We
Yeah.
double count that.
Well,
folks, if you double count that to 12 or 20,
whew,
trust me, that's a metabolic interval.
no joke. All right.
And so again, what's the principle? Time under tension. That glute is always working. The quad and hams are always working on the standing leg. They're never not working, and she's still breathing.
Hey, I'm out of breath.
Okay? So we work the big type 2 strong muscle tissues.
Let me do the other one, okay?
Woo!
All right.
So now we do the other side. 1, 1.
Whoop.
If we had an infrared gun on that, her right glute and thigh, you'd see it just start cooking. Maybe just a little bit bigger steps. So I like to really travel on these. Boom. Boom. What's that? 3? What's this? 4?
5.
Oh, 5. 6. A little short on that reverse lunge there. 7, 7.
Oh.
8.
Okay.
And 8.
Oh.
So that's it, folks. Double count those. Just 8 each leg, and you're going to get a nice little metabolic interval.
That's good.
And we can see that you can do maybe 2, 3, 4 sets of that if you really want to have fun with your client, you trainers out there.
Whew, that's good.
Good job. Side tennis pendulum lunges. Between the forward and reverse lunges and these lunges, you're going to get your metabolic intervals, folks. And I like these patterns. I like both these patterns. This one I like in particular. So watch what I'm going to do. So we learned, again, in our very first blue TRX workout, where I do a side lunge, and I rock the foot up. That toe is right up towards the ceiling, folks, and maybe where the wall meets the other wall there in the corner, right? That's where it's pointing. Because it's rocked up, I can now go into my forward lunge. And what does this look like, folks? A forehand, if you're a right-handed person. And then I push, boom, all the way back to that side lunge. And I just rock. And I push really hard, and I go all the way back. And then when I do this, my hip, knee, and foot is all in a line. Okay?
Yep.
Let me just demonstrate this side. Side lunge. Hip, knee, and foot all in a line. Got that? I don't want it really going out. I want it straight ahead here. Turns on the old roast beef. What do? Rock up on that foot. So that happens simultaneously. Boom. And then, what do? Step this way. And what does this look like, folks? It looks like a backhand. And then I push with this leg, boom, all the way over. And then I land, and I just set up my pendulum lunges. And Julie, we're going to double count these.
He always makes it look easy, doesn't he?
No, but they're not.
I know it. Don't be fooled.
So
Here.
which way do you want to go? Okay, there. And then, so we really want this foot like that.
Okay.
Now, she's going to go in the direction that this foot, the sole of that foot is pointing. There, beautiful. All the way back. Jack it up. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. She's kind of using those straps any way she wants them. 5, 5. And now really push off. Boom, 6. Boom, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8.
Woo.
There we go.
Wow.
Rock that foot up. Okay, ready for that? Okay, let's do it real slow first. Just get the pattern down. There we go. That foot's up. And now she steps and does her kind of like called the backhand lunge if you're right-handed players. 2, 3. Yeah, and really point that toe up. Really point that toe and rock on that heel. And then once you get the patterns down, folks, then you really want to put the pepper to it. You want to put the power to it and explode out and explode back and explode out and explode back. What's your number?
8.
8. 8. Was that true, folks?
Yeah,
We didn't even count.
I believe it was.
I'm a believer. But again, with the forward reverse and these guys, great metabolic intervals, a lot of strength, getting some good depth in there.
That was good.
Skater lunges with hop. I love this. These are so athletic. We've seen these patterns before in our elastic bands and other things. But now we want to think about, we did this on TRX, we did skater lunge with TRX. Now, when we hop to the middle on these, caution right up front. If you are a heavy person, meaning you weigh probably over about 200 pounds, I don't care what age you are. If you are an older person. So
much older than us.
I've got my Medicare card, folks. I want you to know that out there. If you're an older person, be careful with this. And of course, if you have any compromised joints, you be careful. So we're going to show you the progressions of this. All right. So the first one is going to be just the skater lunge. And we've done this before. And they look like almost like a curtsy, don't they, folks? And notice I'm going right along the edge of the carpet here in about the, 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock positions. So that's the skater lunge. Let's get that pattern first.
Okay.
Miss Julie, let's just do that. And what are we getting? We're getting all the roast beefuses. We're getting, yeah, we can really put that foot out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And she's kind of just nicely stepping through middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I doing it right?
Yep. So that feels kind of right. That's nice, right?
Yeah.
So that's a nice regressed version that we learned in the blue section. And I could actually do some travel with this too, right? So I could step, step.
Okay, yeah.
So I can really travel with this. And you're going to see in our companion video where my friend Dwight likes to really travel with this.
Okay.
So Julie, try the Dwight travel, we'll call it.
Okay.
So you just cover a lot of ground, even cover more ground, step way out, and way just, cover this whole space here. So that's another way to do it.
Okay.
Okay? Which way do you like?
I like that one better.
You like that one better?
Uh-huh.
You can do that one better. Now, if I tell you to do, now do it with really quick feet.
Yeah.
So we're going to change the feet really fast. Not a hop necessarily, folks, but we're going to change the feet really fast. So let's do it both ways. Do it with a tight stance first. Quick, just, quick feet. There. It begins to be a hop now, isn't it?
Yep.
As she does this.
Ooh, the roast beef.
The roast beef. It's all the roast beefs. It's the big one, and it's the 2 upper ones over here. So it's all the roast beefs, folks. That's why this thing is so good, and we kind of have it for last. And notice how when she began to hop, instead of both feet being on the ground, right, it's just 1 foot on the ground.
Right.
Hop. That's the difference.
Yeah, that was good.
So, and it became plyometric.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you get really out of breath. all of a sudden, and you pick up the type 2 big, strong muscle tissues right away like a sprinter.
Right.
So we take it from some strength and cardio to like a sprint interval.
Yeah.
Now, you got that sprint pattern,
Yep.
that jumping, so only one foot is in contact.
Right.
Let's go to town now, Julie.
Oh boy.
And what we're going to do is we're going to see if she can get a little bit of height in there. Okay?
So keeping this jump close or long?
You can go any way you want. Okay. Any way you want, girl.
All right, let me.
I like both versions.
I'll see what feels better.
For me, I actually like a tight version because I can get because it makes me think about going more vertical as opposed to horizontal.
Right.
And the more vertical I get, the better. But you dial in what feels right for your body. And there's push, push, push. And she can cover a lot of ground here because now she's leaping. And let's do a double count for 8 now, Julie. So it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6,
oh boy.
6, 7, 7, 8, 8.
Oh.
So right there we got her up to anaerobic threshold because she says, oh boy.
Oh.
So we knew it. Good job.
Thank you.
Skater lunge with hop. Jump squats. Actually, folks, Julie just did this, but I forgot to hit the record button, and I thought I was going to get smacked. Sorry. So she's going to do it again. So with a jump squat, we're going to use the TRX, and we're just going to get into a quarter squat. Now, a quarter squat, and I try to jump up and away towards the ceiling and towards camera, up and away, and then the TRX helps me land, and I want to land softly. Again, don't do these big jumps and hops if you are a really heavy person, regardless of age, if you are an older person, or if you've got compromised joints and osteo issues. So with that as our little caveat, we're going to see Julie do a quarter squat. And if we go into a real low squat, no, the elastic potential energy turns into a deeper chemical energy as it dissipates into heat through strength, and we're not there. We want to keep it in that quarter
springy
spot for our plyometrics here.
Thanks for talking so long. Hey.
Okay, she wanted me to do that just so she gets more rest.
Okay.
So she's going to watch her jump up and away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, we're seeing how many I could do.
10. That's good. So I was watching because she has a tendency to go a little deep in her squats.
Yeah.
So we make sure you just keep it in that shallow 1/4. And we're going to see that again and again with our push presses and a bunch of stuff we're going to be doing later in the book. Okay. Now, for you skiers out there, I like the pattern where we're going to keep the feet nice and together and we just kind of do like that washing machine pattern. And I like the action on the hips. Yeah. And you're not really worried about getting as much height as just being quick, having it rapid,
yeah,
and change direction really fast. So we're going from 45 degrees from one direction, 45 degrees to the other from your point of view in the camera.
All right.
So here we go. We're going to do some mogul skiing.
This is the only way I'm ever going to ski moguls.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. Keep on going. Keep on going. Quicker, 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 quicker. Now she loses her feet. She lost her feet. So you got to keep that 45-degree action.
Yeah.
And the minute we started going quicker, we lost that. We just started kind of going back and forth. But that's the idea, folks. Have fun with it with your clients. And Julie, thank you so much for helping us out with TRX strength.
My pleasure. It's even harder the second time.
Yeah.